Straight Talk with your host Reggie B. Come on, let's all join in. Free your voice, it's your choice, alright here. Oh, simply straight talk.
Welcome to the Simply Straight Talk Show, a podcast about real life with real talk. Each week, we deliver the best hard-hitting conversations on topics that affect you and me every day on this journey called life. Now, here's your host, Reggie Maddox.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of the Simply Straight Talk Show. As always, thank you for sharing your feedback and comments with us. It's truly appreciated. Your support really means a lot, and thank you. Now, today's topic is really necessary because as we're getting ready to go into the new year, everybody's going to start making New Year's resolutions, and one of the most popular resolutions is losing weight, eating healthy. Everybody makes them I make them every year, so I know we all do it.
Yeah, I stopped doing that. Disclaimer.
So, to help me with this topic, I needed somebody with a passion for this topic who understands. So the person we all love, Angelique, is here to help discuss this topic and get us all right and back on track.
Yo, what's up, beautiful people? Hello. I'm here to whip you into shape. Drop and give me 50, Reggie. Drop and give me 50.
Uh-oh.
No, I promise. I'll be nice.
Oh. Yeah, because this is going to be, It's a lot to unpack when it comes to this.
Oh, yeah, there is. Many layers.
Yeah, the weight loss, the dieting, because when you watch TV, you see there are a lot of advertisements about do this, do that, eat this, try this diet program, this weight loss program. So we're going to get into that. But before we get started, we want to actually read this disclaimer.
Yes, please.
Okay.
Lord.
So you guys understand something. Okay. Now, y'all pay attention. Y'all listen to the intros, and you got a lot of comments about the intro. So you need to listen to this.
Turn up the volume. Please. Listen and learn.
Yes. Okay. You should consult your physician or other healthcare professional before starting this or any of the fitness, diet, or weight loss program to determine if it's right for your needs. This is particularly true if you or your family have a history of high blood pressure, heart disease, or if you have ever experienced chest pains when exercising or have experienced chest pains in the past month when not engaged in physical activity. If you smoke, have high cholesterol, if you're obese, or have any bone or joint problems that could be made worse by changing your physical activity. Do not start or implement any fitness or dietary information if your physician or healthcare provider advises against it. The content of this show offers health, fitness, and nutritional information as designed for educational purposes only.
Stress that again. Say that last bit again. Only.
Only. Educational purposes only.
There we go.
You should not rely on this information as a substitute, and nor does it replace professional medical advice, diagnosis, or treatment. If you have any concerns or questions about your health, you should always consult with your physician or other healthcare professionals. Do not disregard, avoid, or delay obtaining medical or health-related advice from your healthcare professional. Because some of you may have heard on the show some information, but please keep in mind that the information you hear, read on the Simply Straight Talk webpage, podcast, or parent website, RMVRGene, the use of any information provided on the RMVRGene website, podcast, and other social media platforms operated under RMVRGene are solely at your risk, and this is only educational information only.
Again, say that again.
Only.
There we
educational
go.
Only. That was a lot.
Do you know what? That's got to be one of the most comprehensive disclaimers I've ever heard. And also, can it be considered a disclaimer, Reggie, if you're not saying in that weird, fast-paced voice that they do at the end of every commercial? Do you know what I mean? A disclaimer.
Oh, yeah.
I don't think it counts as a disclaimer if you're not reading it at the speed of light, like they do at the end of every commercial. But that was
I
a good
probably should have
disclaimer.
read it like that.
They should have, because I feel like people would have tuned out. They've tuned out now. I think if you tuned in, they might. If they did it like that, they tuned in a little bit better. That was comprehensive, though. Hopefully you've got us covered before we proceed.
I'm like, oh my gosh, I got to go through all this.
I know you started near the end as well. Like, I'm getting tired. My mouth hurts. This is a lot of words.
Yeah, and even I was like, oh my God, when is this going to end? I'm like,
Never. Have to cover your ass.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
You know?
No, I think that pretty much covers us. I think we're good. Hopefully. We'll see.
Yeah.
There's always one who wants to come up with something that wasn't covered in the loophole. Damn it.
Yeah, no, oh, exactly. Exactly.
But my disclaimer, this is Reggie's show. I'm just a guest. Okay? All right. I don't even reside in the same country, guys. So I don't count.
Oh, you know what? We'll just blame it all on Melissa. We'll say Melissa wrote the whole thing.
Yes. If in doubt, blame Melissa.
Blame Melissa.
Oh my God, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to throw you under the bus like that. I loved you. I got love you for your girl. I take it back.
Yeah, she's probably going to kill us for that one.
I know. It's okay. She can get her own back. It's all right.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh my God.
So food and health. Where do we start?
Yeah, this is a tough one because a lot of people they don't understand their body. So they find it very difficult to understand, like, what exercise program should I be doing? Because some people just jump into, it's like, okay, I'm going to the gym. I'm going to get on the treadmill and then I'm going to bench press and this weight is going to fly off.
Yeah. Do you know what the thing that I always find, because I've been sort of maintaining my fitness and really actively taking it seriously in all aspects, mind, body and soul, probably since I was 30 and I'm 35 now, so for the last 5 years. Prior to that, I was a typical 20-something-year-old and, I thought I could eat and do whatever I wanted without repercussion. And for the most part, I could, because my 20-something-year-old body would just whip it off and keep bouncing back. But as I got older, I noticed the bounce back was more like just bounce with no back. Now, I'm not old by any means, but as you get older, your body changes. But the one thing that I realized throughout the last 5 years is if you do not first and foremost, Reggie, change your mind state and perspective on health and fitness first, everything else you do is generally always going to crumble or be 10 times harder for you. I know that much. It's your mind that you fall back on with your eating habits or your health habits or your fitness habits. Mm-hmm. And I think I had to take this perspective of one thing that I don't do New Year's resolutions anymore, especially not with health and fitness. Oh, hell no. Sorry, you're setting yourself up to lose. Let's just be real about that. Like you said, it's like, it's a new year. I'm going to go to the gym every day and I'm going to eat something completely different that I've never eaten in my life. And I'm going to be okay with that. Yeah. It's like, really? You're really going to survive and thrive under those type of conditions? And you wonder why February you've given up. You still continue to pay the gym membership, but you don't go to the gym because you feel shitty about yourself.
That's true.
Really? You set yourself up to lose. So you definitely have to learn to set yourself up to win. And you do that by small, and I cannot stress the word small enough, small changes that you implement bit by bit. You have to. You
do. And a lot of people, when I see people that are talking about getting in shape and working out, I think you said the key thing is that their mindset.
Yeah.
It's like for the moment, it's like, yes, I'm going to lose weight. I'm going to go to the gym. And the slightest thing they run into, all of a sudden they're discouraged now.
Yes.
They don't want to go back to the gym, or they don't even know how to keep themselves motivated. And I think you got to find a way to keep yourself motivated that you're trying to reach a certain goal.
Yes, because I don't, as much as I say I don't believe in resolution things, I do believe, you do have something you need to work towards. Otherwise, you're just aimless. And then you'll lose motivation and you won't remember your why. And I feel like that's another thing is, what is your reason why? Because your why is what will keep you going. If your why is because I want to look like the people on Instagram, or I just want people to call me pretty, or I, don't want to be fat anymore, which I understand, especially for health reasons, if you're of a certain weight, then I understand that. But that's not a good enough reason. It really isn't. And if it's for a superficial outward reason, it's not good enough. You're always going to end up quitting. For me, I had to change it to, I just want to be healthy and happy. And also, if I do end up having children, I want to be able to be healthy and fit and be there for them and be able to play with them without getting tired, without getting, do you know what I mean, worn down. So I felt that having that type of reason meant that I could maintain my consistency. Because if it's just about, I want to fit in those jeans so my ass looks good, on the winter nights, that's not motivating enough to get me in the gym. Let's be real. When it's cold and snowing or raining, looking nice in a pair of jeans will not always motivate you to get to the gym.
That's true.
Or to eat well. It's not a good enough reason. It can be a reason, but it can't be your main reason. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Because what was my mistake? 2 years ago, I was on a goal to lose weight.
Mm-hmm.
So I ended up losing 73 pounds.
Congratulations. Because that's a lot.
Well, hold on to congratulations.
No, we still celebrate the wins, okay? Take the congratulations. We celebrate the wins.
So my plan was that I was going to lose the weight. Then when I went back to Atlanta to see my family and everybody, because I didn't tell anybody I was trying to lose weight, because that's my thing. When I tell people, I feel like everybody wants to be a doctor or a psychiatrist or some type of nutritionalist.
Yeah.
And it was getting on my nerves. So when I went back home, I thought it was going to be like, oh, look at him. So when I got back home, I was there for like 4 days. I saw absolutely nobody because everybody was busy. Nobody even saw my weight loss. And I was like, what the hell is this? You need to appreciate my weight loss.
You better recognize.
Yeah.
And did that affect your motivation then when that didn't happen?
It did, because I started going back to my old ways because I kind of felt like, man, I said it was kind of pointless.
Right. You see, outwardly, if your motivation is based in kind of someone congratulating you or recognizing, or someone recognizing the fact that, oh, you're so slim and sexy now or whatever. Yeah. And that's what I mean. It will affect you. It has to be more than that. That can be one of your reasons, because we're human beings and we all like to be recognized and validated on some level. But if it's not for something a little bit more substantial reason-wise, you are always going to end up tripping and getting unmotivated and then just dropping off. For me, when I started, my ex-partner at the time, he was Mr. Fitness Guy, and he still is. You know, he's a former sort of semi-pro footballer and was always keeping fit. So he's naturally just got that discipline from, years of kind of going to like practices and things like that for matches. But for me, the last time I'd seen any form of activity, I was in high school. Do you know what I mean? At this point, and at that point, that was like over 10 years ago. So it was like, okay, I need to get and he'd seen me every year do the whole, this year's going to be different. I'm going to be fit. This year's going to, and watch me flop. So what he decided to do one year was like, okay, enough. He said, what we're going to do, we're going to start slow. He says, what you need to build first is the habit. He says, getting up and going to the gym. And at that stage, I just wanted to focus on at that stage, I believed so long as I went to the gym, I would lose weight. But as we know, that's actually not it. It's actually down to the food. Just to clarify, fitness and going to the gym will improve your overall fitness and it will give you muscle tone. But you can still have muscle tone under layers of fat if you are eating more calories than you're intaking. Just to clarify. So that's why a lot of people will go to the gym, burn themselves out and see no result because they're actually eating more than they're burning. So, if you are trying to lose weight for that purpose, you need to make sure that you got your diet side of things on point as well as going to the gym. But back to what I was saying is that he said, we're going to take it slow. So there's a park opposite my house. And he used to say to me, for the first month, I want you at least once or twice a week, do one lap around that park and just walk. So he made me walk. Just walk, Reggie. Not jog, star jump, do any of that. Just walk. So I walked around the park once or twice a week for a month. After that, he's like, right, okay, now we're going to jog. I want you to jog once around the park. And the first few weeks, I was really annoyed because it didn't feel like enough. I'm not going to see any results. This is boring. Come on, I can do more. Come on, man, I'm ready. And he'd be like, just slow down, just walk. And I just did it. And after a while, the walk went from being annoying to this thing that actually I found quite enjoyable. It was my moment of fresh air. I got to, release my thoughts of the day. And then when I went to the next month of jogging, I was ready for that. And then the month after that, I started jogging twice around the park, doing 2 laps. And then the third month, he then introduced other exercises. And by the third month, Reggie, going out and doing that activity of some sort of fitness thing became as habitual as brushing my teeth. Like, I didn't even need to think about it. It was ingrained in me. And that's one of the things you definitely need to do with fitness. It needs to be done slowly so it becomes an ingrained habit that you don't even think about it. It's not a whole that, I've got to really motivate myself to get there. Oh, I suppose I can do it. It has to, it can't be that. You will burn out with that. It has to be an ingrained habit, and you have to start slow. It doesn't matter if you're fit or not. Anything you're doing, any change, start slow. Steps, man, baby steps. Make it easy for yourself.
Yeah, see, that's a good point, because a lot of people do try to rush into it. It's like, you haven't worked out in a year, but you're trying to pick up where you left off at. You know, and it doesn't work. Your body doesn't work like that.
No.
You have to build yourself back up. And like you said, take it slow.
Yeah. Like, what's the rush? And that's the other thing. Everyone's in such a rush. I want it now. Why? Are you looking to leave the planet tomorrow? Like, do you know your death date? Do you know when you'll be dying? Is it soon? Is that why there's a rush? Like, what's this rush? Like, the thing is, and that's the other thing, it needs to, like, your health and fitness and your body, achieving that goal is not for the summer. It's not for a holiday. It's for a lifetime. And that's the other mindset shift that I had to take. Just like that saying of a puppy's not just for Christmas. Like, you know, your body's not just for summer. It's not for that holiday. It's not for the wedding. It needs to be for life. So therefore, if this is a lifestyle, if this is for life, you need to treat it as a lifestyle habit. It's not just for a season. And so because you're treating it for life, take time to get your body used to it. But more than that, your mind used to the idea of, I go up and I do some sort of physical activity. And also, your physical activity doesn't need to be at the gym. It could be dancing. It could be a Zumba class. Make it fun as well. Make it something you actually want to do, or that you'd think you'd be interested in doing, you know? You're more likely to stick at it that way.
Yeah, that's a good point, because going back to what you said in the beginning, when you said, your body is not just a winter summer thing. Mm-hmm. So often you hear, even in advertisements, it's all about the summer body, summer body.
Right.
And, so what about the rest of it? Like you said, what about the rest of the year?
No, it doesn't matter. Yeah. You hide yourself away. Just go live in a rock cave somewhere until summer comes back.
Yeah, it's like, and people do have that mindset. It's like, okay, I got to get ready for the summer. But your health should be a year-round thing.
It's a lifelong thing. You've got your body with you every day for the rest of your life until you're not here anymore. And that's the thing that people don't understand. And advertisers, commercial businesses, they're very smart. They drive that advertising campaign because it suits their pockets and their profits. Do you know what I mean? They want the influx of gym memberships in the new year. They want the influx of people buying gym gear and gym equipment in the summer because it boosts their profits. They don't care about you really, and they really don't care about your overall health and fitness. They don't care about none of that. You have to, and take time about it. I think a lot of people put pressure on themselves and the other thing is, comparison, as they say, is a thief of all joy. So when you're out here on your health and fitness journey and you're looking at someone next to you or online, but it's pointless, because one, you don't know what they did to get where they got and the body that they've got. Two, you don't know their level of fitness compared to yours. So it's kind of irrelevant. And it's just irrelevant anyway. Like, what someone else is doing has got nothing to do with you and your journey. Everyone moves and progresses at a different pace, and everyone does different things that work for them. So you looking at so-and-so and going, oh, they seem to be so slim and fit, and oh, they seem to be, it's easier for them. What's that got to do with you? You ain't walking in their shoes and you don't have their body, so it's a bit of a waste of time.
You're right, because everybody does. You look at other people and you compare yourself.
You do.
But you don't really, like you said, you don't think about what they've actually done to get to where they are. And a lot of advertisers, the one thing I can't stand, and I know I really have some issues with social media I need to deal with.
Yeah, you and me both. Don't worry about it. I'm with you. It's like a love-hate relationship, right?
Yes. Yeah. It's like whenever they're showing a health commercial, like with men, it's always this guy who's shirtless. I'm like, first, I don't want to see this. Mm-hmm. It's like they're always trying to show this shirtless image, or they're trying to show a woman who's like this like Coke bottle figure. Mm-hmm. But they're not really giving any real information about how they got to that healthy point or what it really takes. It's like you're trying to sell an image, and a lot of people are really using that image, like I said, as a comparison. Like, okay, yeah, I want to look like that. But are you willing to put in the work to get that type of physique or to get that type of shape?
Yeah.
Can you change your mindset, your eating habits?
Yeah. They don't talk about that. They just show the end result, which whilst on one hand I get it, this is what you want. You want this. Yeah, but they don't talk about the steps that it takes to get there, mentally or physically. And also, like I said, you don't know what people took to get there. Some people might have taken the fast track and just done plastic surgery. And, that might have worked for them, but is that what you want to do? Like, and for me personally, even if, for instance, you went the fast track, let's play devil's advocate, and you went the fast track route of just plastic surgery, getting all that liposuction, taking it off your body. Do you realize that doesn't mean your body stays that way for life? You still have to eat well and you still have to exercise to maintain that. So even if you did that and it's all gone now. Oh, yeah, you still got to eat and you still got to live. So you still actually need to maintain that. You have to treat your body like no different to how you would treat a car. You have to maintain it. You've got to service it. You've got to fuel it. You've got to run it. Like, otherwise, it just breaks down. No different. So even if you was to take the fast track route, it still requires consistency and some discipline and a mindset change. And I think the biggest mindset change that I made that helped me from how I used to think about it before and to how I deal with it now is that this is for life. So I take a more holistic approach of what would feel good for my body? What does my body need? And also just appreciating the body that you do have. Because like you said about the women and men on the advertising campaigns, not everybody's body shape is like that. Not everyone has a Coca-Cola shape or, they've got broad chest and narrow hips. Like, not everyone is built that way. And that's not a bad or good thing. It just is. You have to accept your body and work with it and love on it as you are improving it. And that is a big, big, big key. People do not love on their body. They want to change because they hate their body. So they think that changing it will make them love their body. Boogie, you got the body you better love it.
Yeah.
There's no givesy backsies. There's no exchange. There's no return to sender.
No, it's really not. It just bothers me because I see some people, they want to lose weight, and I understand they want to lose weight, or they want to create a healthier lifestyle of eating, and when they start trying to substitute, like, okay, because you see some of these pills they got now that says, oh, you can eat whatever you want, just take 2 of these pills a day.
See, and it's like, selling a lie, innit? It's peddling that dream.
Yeah, because they're telling them you don't have to exercise, but your body needs exercise.
Yeah.
Pills are not going to do that.
No. Those pills and those detox teas, personally myself, I find them just the same as plastic surgery. They might get you there fast track, but one, you still have to maintain your body, even if you do end up achieving your goal weight or your goal body size. You still have to maintain that, which means you still have to stay active and you still have to eat healthily and treat your body with love and care. Your body is a machine. So it requires no less attention than what you would give your automobile. I don't understand why people forget that part. Like, your body needs water, it needs fuel, it needs sunlight, it needs regular movement to keep the joints moving. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And if you don't respect and love on your body, then no one else is going to do that for you. And people wonder why their body gives out on them or, doesn't do what they want it to do or look how they want it to look from when you've been abusing it anyway. Like, if you abuse your vehicle, that thing will clap out on the motorway.
Yes.
You will be in the middle of the highway and that will be like, no, I refuse to budge anymore. You've abused me. Do you know what I mean? You've been running me ragged, not servicing me. Forget you, man. I'm out. And your body is no different at all. So, I feel like taking the time and a mindset shift on your perspective of why you're working and remembering that it's for life is a big one that helped me. With food. Food. Food is hard, isn't it, Reggie? Because everyone loves to eat. Everyone loves some good food. And everyone has a little weakness, whether it's the sugar or the salt or fast foods or drink or whatever it is. Everyone has. We're human. We're fallible. Do you know what I mean? What's your thing? What's your weak spot?
Ego.
He's like, the list is long.
Oh my God!
Come on, hit me with your weak spot.
Well, one I'm still blaming you for, which is the the donuts.
My
Yes.
disclaimer, I do not take responsibility for any subliminal messaging you may have received from me saying, eat the donuts. That's my disclaimer. Krispy Kreme. Yes, I saw that post.
Yeah. Krispy Kreme and sodas, which I've cut back on sodas a lot. Sodas and sweet tea.
Ooh, sweet tea. Like an iced tea or like cold or hot drink? How do you mean?
Yeah. Oh, I forgot it because everybody makes it different. It's like an ice drink. It's like,
Okay.
yeah, it's like some people make it different with the sugar, but I prefer it with the sugar. But I probably should get it less sugar. But
Basically, it's just water and sugar that I'm drinking.
it is. It really is.
Flavored water and sugar.
That's it. And that's one of the things that I have to cut back on, that and the sodas. Food wise, I know I need to eat more vegetables.
Yes.
But I'm not good at cooking vegetables. That's my thing.
Yeah, there's been a lot of miseducation and lack of education about cooking vegetables. Most people boil it to death and then they wonder why it tastes like absolute crap.
Hey, thank you. Yep, there you go.
Like, yeah, if you boil anything to death, it's going to taste like shite. Do you know what I mean? Let's just be real about that. Steamer. Get a steamer. Even if you can't be bothered to just do it the old school hot water in a pan and the steamer pot on top, get the electric steamer. Do you know what I mean? If you're feeling lazy, steam your vegetables. 1, it retains all the nutrient, and 2, it means they cook nicer and it tastes nicer. And 3, vegetables are no different from meat. Season your damn vegetables. It's okay to add go crazy. Add some garlic powder, add a little bit of mixed herbs. You know what I mean? A bit of olive oil, salt and pepper, baby. Season that bad boy up. You need it to taste good if you're going to want to eat it. You know, because it's a very rare individual who can just eat vegetables without nothing on it.
That's true.
There's certain vegetables that you might have more like a preference to, like carrots are naturally sweet, sweet corn are naturally sweet. So you can eat those bad boys without nothing, but let's be real. The greener the vegetable, the more it tastes like dirt. Do you know what I mean?
The only ones I can't do, I've tried.
Okay.
Is Brussels sprouts.
Oh, Lord. Brussels sprouts. Oh, do you know, I now can eat them now, but it took years of figuring out how to flavor it up and combining it with something else. Because Brussels sprouts, 1, they smell when you're cooking them, so that's just off-putting. Even when you steam them bad boys, they just smell. And 2, they do have a bit of a particular taste. Let's put it that way.
Yeah.
But there's ways, and now I'm quite proud of the fact that with my vegetables and food in general, I have learned to season, especially my vegetables. And now I actually eat vegetables with 3 of my meals a day. So like for me, a typical breakfast after a workout. And again, disclaimer people, this is what I eat. I'm not saying that anyone needs to follow this, but I did work with a nutritionist a few years back, and she helped me reorganize and rejig my food. And, it was based on my health and my needs. So just that's disclaimer, guys. But my average breakfast after a workout will be something like maybe some smoked salmon, scrambled eggs, and steamed broccoli and asparagus, and maybe some sliced tomatoes with it. Or I'll have breakfast where it's like cooked grilled chicken breast slices, again, some eggs, and maybe some kale and broccoli. That'll be a breakfast for me. And pretty much my meals look like that. I definitely eat carbs. Like, again, carbs are not the devil, people. Again, just full on, carbs are not the devil. Carbs are fuel and they are needed. And I think you need to have a piece of everything in terms of how much and when. That is down to your body and how it processes it, and your body and what you're doing with it in terms of exercise. But there is no piece of food on this planet, apart from all the fast foody, sugary junky stuff. I'm talking about regular food here, that you need or should avoid unless you have allergic reactions to it. Do you know what I mean? All of them give you some sort of nutrient that your body needs.
Exactly. And some people just can't get the moderation down.
Yeah, portion sizes. Oh, God.
Yes.
Yeah. One thing that you can kind of go crazy on, again, unless you're having some sort of physical health reaction to it, is vegetables. You can have as much vegetables and it's very good for you. It's just the other stuff that you probably have to moderate. But still, I always say the plate that you eat from, like a little trick that my nutritionist taught me was human beings, we eat with our eyes first. So naturally, if you see a big plate, you are naturally going to want to fill it up with food. So a little trick she taught me to start reducing my portion sizes just a little bit was to actually eat from a small, almost side plate type size of plate. And then she says, because you're going to fill up that plate and that will be a smaller portion compared to like a large dinner plate. And I just found by doing that, it means naturally now my portions are smaller. And now I've been doing that for years. I can't actually eat on a larger size plate, like that sort of portion of food anymore. You have to kind of almost trick your brain a little bit.
Yeah, that's kind of what you're doing.
Yeah, because if you don't and you just try to reduce your food, you're going to feel like you're starving yourself. And then eventually you will have a binge day where you're like, sod it, shoving food in your face because you feel like you've denied yourself food. You know what I mean?
That's true. Yeah. Because like, before we got started, guys, one of the things that me and Angelique was talking about was the size of food portions in America.
Oh, yeah. Ooh, yes. Hey.
It's big. It's like there's an African restaurant that serves what's called potato green leaves, which is really good. And they cook them in palm oil. But the thing about it is, when they give it to me, it's literally, okay, when I have to separate it up because I have 4 meals.
Jesus.
For that one order.
Wow.
And they do, yeah, it's 4 meals. I have to, when I separate it up into like little separate bowls, it is 4 meals. And it does come with like meat, like a chicken, turkey, but it's real fatty though.
Yeah. It's the good chicken. It's all the good pieces, all the thigh pieces. Yeah. The flavorful sections of the chicken. Not the breast. There's no breast up in there. Do you know what I mean? There's the dry sections of the chicken in that. No, I know how the Africans get down. We get the good flavor.
Yeah. But the portion sizes is huge.
Jesus, yeah, I can imagine. I did notice that.
It's hard not to go back and like, oh, let me kind of nitpick at the second one here. And, you know.
Because it's there. You eat with your eyes. If you see it, you are naturally going to want to eat it. So you do have to kind of play slight mind games on yourself, which is weird. It's kind of like, like parents that, maybe blend the vegetables and mix it in with the sauce for their kids. Like what they can't see, they will eat,
Yeah, there you go.
Right. Yeah. You kind of have to do the same thing with yourself. Again, I think with health and fitness, it's about how to make it easy for yourself, because everyone's mind is set up differently. For some people, they find it naturally easy to be quite disciplined, maybe with their food and their fitness, and other people, they don't. And that's not a bad thing. It's just how you're wired. So you've got to know how to kind of work with yourself. And that's why personally, I'm not a personal fan of the word dieting because of the connotations that come with it. You know what I mean? The average connotation is restriction, withholding, not eating, do you know what I mean? Certain foods. And the problem with that is, as human beings, we don't like to be told no.
That's true.
Even by our own selves. We don't like to tell ourselves no. So the idea of you saying, nope, you can't have that. Nope, you can only eat this past midnight or before 8 a.m. You are 9 times out of 10 going to eventually rebel against even the own rules that you're putting in place for your supposedly own good. So most people do end up flopping on a diet because you know what I mean? We don't like to be stuck in a box or told we have to do the same thing every day. And I think if you're trying to live that diet of, I'm going to just eat steamed chicken and broccoli every day, it's like, that's not sustainable. Like I said, health and fitness is for life. So you're not going to want to eat steamed chicken and broccoli for life. Food is fun. Food is good for you. And I always tell people this, food is not the enemy.
No.
It's not.
And that's why some people get bored with their with their eating habits and they quit.
Yes. Because
they quit.
They're treating it like that word that I don't like, a diet. Instead of just actually, let me just eat for life. Let me eat for fun. Let me eat because this is what my body needs. Like food should be enjoyed. I was very lucky that my mum was a chef growing up and my dad being from Jamaica, I had 2 parents that could cook. So for me, food was joy. It's a source of joy. And so I grew up with my mum experimenting with all types of cuisine, my dad giving us good Jamaican food. And food was never a problem. And there was always fruit in the house. There was always vegetables with the meals. And the food was always colorful. Again, you eat with your eyes. Make your food appetizing. Mix it up with the colors of your vegetables, with the meat and the sauce and the this and the that. Just because
That
you're
makes
eating
a
healthy.
difference.
Yeah, it does. Just because you're healthy doesn't mean you need to eat prison food. In fact, I think certain prisons have nicer food than some people force themselves on a diet to eat. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's not necessary. Food is not the enemy, people. Let me clarify that again. Food is not the enemy. Can I get an amen?
Amen.
Amen. And the church say amen. Food is not the enemy. It is not. It is your friend. I could go on a whole sermon about how food is for you. Food is to be enjoyed. And food is something your body needs. Along, by the way, with tons and tons of water. Like, people don't drink. Let me be real. How much water do you drink, Reggie? Silence. Wow. Silence. Silence really is revealing, isn't it? That was a long pause.
Yeah. Are you talking about like...
How many glasses of water do you have a day? When you say
You had to get specific, didn't you?
Well, you know, I've got to pin it down. Give me some facts.
Are we talking about carbonated water? Or are we talking about...
I'm just talking about regular still water. I'm not talking about the fizzy bubble stuff that you then add your fruit food to. You know, you add your flavored water stuff to it. I know where you go. Pop doesn't count. Soda does not count.
Let me see. I probably drink 3 to 4 glasses a day. Jesus. And I know I think that's way under what I should be drinking.
You should be drinking a minimum about 2 liters a day. So apparently that's about 8 glasses of water a day, 8 to 10. But I probably drink about 3 or 4, which does mean the toilet is my best friend. Constantly peeing. No, actually, my body's got used to it now. But when you first start, you are peeing every 5 seconds. It's like, what, again? Because your body's not used to processing that much water. But water is like, people like, let me ask you this, because I didn't know until my nutritionist educated me. So I'm going to ask you, Reggie, do you know why water is good for you? Like, what it does or what it helps with?
Honestly, I don't. I just always hear and read, drink water.
Yeah, you see, I was like you. I just heard that too. And the thing is, again, the why. If people don't know why something should or shouldn't be had or eaten, they're not going to do it. Because just saying, you know, what is good for you is not reason enough to encourage people to drink. So my nutritionist educated me. She asked me, like you, how much water do you drink? And I said, I don't know, probably like a liter, half a liter. And she was like, do you know why it's good for you? And I was like, no. This is what she told me. She says, yeah, water hydrates the body. Now, most people don't drink enough water. And then what happens is, if your body doesn't get enough water, it has to draw it from somewhere. Where do you think your body will draw water from, Reggie, if you're not giving it? If you had to guess.
Well, your muscles?
No. It's going to draw it from the food you're eating. And it's basically going to draw it at the end stage of it processing it. So this is a little bit horrible to say. It's a bit crude, but it's going to draw it from your feces. That's where it's going to draw it from. So now it's taking it from your stools and it's now swirling that lovely feces filtered water around your body. And that feces filtered water is now going to have to come out in your skin. And that's how some people break out in bad acne or skin problems or body odor, because you are literally got dirty filtered water around your body. And that's how also you end up constipated, because you're not drinking enough water, because your body is absorbing it from that.
I did not know. See, this is why we needed Angelique for this conversation. And also why I'm going to start drinking 12 glasses of water a day.
When I was like, I'm sorry, I have number 2 water flushing around my system right now. I remember just grabbing a bottle right there and then going, no, not today. I rebuke you, Satan, not today. Jesus, take the wheel, give me some water. Like, no. There's many other things as well that the water does. So anyone else who wants to go, no, it also does other things. It does loads of other things as well. But that was one of the things that I'll never forget, that she goes, this is why most people do have digestive problems and suffer from constipation, because they're not drinking water and it has to absorb it from somewhere. Like water just, it gives you energy, it clears your skin, it helps bowel problems, it helps digestion. And it's vital. Vital, people. So just hear me again. This is why. Think about the next time you don't want to drink water and you want to go for that can of soda, and which, by the way, can of soda is dehydrating and also causes your body to even take even more water from your food. Just to clarify, that sugar tea. That you love it. Next time you drink a sugar tea, think about what else is flushing around your system because of it now.
See,
Number 2. Number 2 filtered water is rushing around your body.
see, but you're right, though. I think we don't really ask why we should do something.
No.
We just kind of go with it. And then when we get tired of it, we stop without understanding that this is a process that we do need to keep in place because it's good for us.
Yes. Yes.
It makes a difference.
Yeah, it does.
Because I can tell when my body will, like, put it like this. There are times when, like last night, perfect example. And I was like, I had a sweet tea.
Nice.
Then I had a Coke Zero. And for some reason, my body is like, this is not getting it.
I don't know what you're doing, working. But it's not that type of party.
It is. And my body was like, give me what I want. And I'm like, okay, you want some more sweet tea? And it was, That was your response. Oh, you want more sugar? Sure. I
don't think that's what we're trying to tell you.
Yeah, it was like, it wasn't until I started drinking water that I could feel my body like, I feel better. But then it was kind of like, I wanted more water. I didn't want any more of the soda sweet tea. It was like, this is what I want.
Yeah.
And it's like, now I'm like really like diving. Like I went through 2 bottles last night.
Yeah. You're dehydrated. You're massively dehydrated. Like if your body reacts to just like, a glass of water like that and you need more, it means you're very dehydrated. And people don't realize, and I always hear the excuse, but water's boring. Water doesn't taste like anything. It's not meant to be. Okay. It's not a sugar bar. Like, oh, can't I just jazz it up and put this and that in it? And yeah, you can put some like lemon or some cucumbers in it, but nothing beats just plain old fashioned water. And what I noticed as well is most of us, me included, have destroyed most of our taste buds by too many kind of chemical-based food flavoring products. Do you see what I mean? So
yes,
if something doesn't taste instantly salty or flavorous or sweet, to us it's plain and horrible because over the years, we've gotten our body used to the Krispy Kremes, the Roscoe's, the KFCs, the this, the that, and the over-seasoned food with too much salt or too much sugar in it. So that when we have something as pure and as clean as water, it's like, this isn't enough. Or we have a vegetable. It's horrible. I'm not getting that salt kick. I'm not getting that sugar kick. So there's that transition, people, also just to bear in mind of your body probably will send signals to your brain of, nah, this isn't sugary enough, or nah, this isn't salt enough. But you have to just keep, again, being patient with yourself, keep eating healthy, and you'll notice your body will get used to it. Just like it got used to all the sugary, salty stuff, it'll get used to eating cleaner. And then the thing I have now, I have the opposite now. So because generally, and I'm human, I eat my Krispy Kremes, as you know. I'm not a saint, I'm human. But the thing is, I generally do eat fairly clean. And so when I do indulge in my Doritos, in my hummus, my Doritos and hummus is my thing. In my pizza, I love a good pizza. I love a good donut. And when I do eat those, brethren, when I tell you afterwards, my body is having an exorcism. It's having a crisis, and it's instant. It is immediate. It's like, oh, wait, you want to go and have your little party time with your Krispy Kreme and your Doritos? Oh, you thought you was good. Take this. I get stomach cramps. I'll break out in this big spot on my forehead. Like it's instant now. So that, just a disclaimer, that is a warning. When you do start eating well, if you go back and have your little indulgent moments, your body will not like you. You will never be able to just eat that stuff again and just be okay with it. Your body will let you know about yourself.
That's true, because I stopped using salt. And when I do use salt, it is so minimal. So if I eat at some place where the food is salty, it's like, oh, it's the average salt. But to me, it's like, whoa, I can't do this.
Like someone forced your mouth open and poured like a salt cellar in your mouth, right? Just poured it down your throat. Force fed your soul. And then made you walk through a desert, and now you're really parched and thirsty.
Yeah. And people looking at me like I'm crazy because I'm like over there almost like about to gag and choke. Like, what's wrong? This is the normal dish. Everybody likes it. It's too salty. But
that shows how where you've taken something out and your body's gotten used to not having that now when it does have it. And it shows how much salt is in food as well, though. You know, again, everything in moderation. I'm not here saying don't ever have salt, don't ever have a sugar drink, don't ever have, because the other thing, like I said, is food is not your enemy and you are human. Like, we are here to indulge and live life. So I'm all for eating clean, but that doesn't mean that you can't have an ice cream or a cookie. It's just moderation. It's just knowing how much is good for you and when to say stop.
Exactly.
That's all it is. Do you know what I mean? Like, I'm an advocate. I used to do a thing where I would eat clean Monday to Friday, then weekend would be, yay, it's the weekend. But then I'd kind of go crazy because I've withheld myself whole 5 days. So come this Saturday or Sunday, I want to stuff it in my face. And then I'd feel really bad. I'd beat up on myself come Monday. And then I'd go back to square one of, okay, nothing. I'm not going to eat any of that stuff now. That doesn't work. Like, again, we don't like being told no as human people. Do you know what I mean? So I now make sure that every day I give myself a little something. Maybe it's a chocolate bar, it's a crisp, or it's a beet. You know what I mean? Like, I do a little something. And then I basically kind of operate on the rule of maybe 80, 90% clean and 10, 20% naughty. And then that way I find that my need to have all that stuff is not like super high or super urgent or, oh, I've got to have it, binge time. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think it's
No,
okay.
you're right.
You've got moderation, balance.
You're right. And I think some people, when they start eating healthy, they put themselves, like you said, they put themselves in this little box to where they can only have these foods, and they don't really explore that there are a ton of healthy options. You know, you can't say, well, I only eat American food. That's all I eat. You can eat from different areas and find some great tasting food that's healthy.
Yeah, yeah.
That way you don't get bored, you know, feeling like, okay, I'm going to eat grilled chicken for the next 30 days because you're going to get tired of it.
Yeah. I had a friend, God bless her. She was terrible for it when she started because, you know, like I said, I keep fit. I work out about 4 or 5 days a week. And again, I do that because actually it's a habit now. And actually I enjoy it. Like, the thing with maintaining exercises is you get used to the oxygen and, you know, the endorphin kick you get from movement. So she wanted to join me. She was like, you're always training and you always seem to be fit and healthy. Yeah, I want to go with you. And she was like, what do you eat? So I started giving her, you know, recommendations. But she was one of the people that was like, okay, if I said to her, right, this is what I have for breakfast, chicken breast, blah, 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 then she would just only eat chicken breast.
Wow.
And she would take me literally, and then that's all she would eat. And then, you know, 2 weeks later, she'd be like, I'm so bored of chicken breast. I'm like, what do you mean? She goes, I can't eat anymore. And I'm like, well, how often? She goes, well, I have it with every meal. I said, I didn't tell you to eat it every meal. What are you doing? I'm not surprised you're bored. Variety, like, mix it up. It's food. That was just one example. Do you know? She took it literally. It's like, no, guys, like, don't restrict yourself. Vary it up. See what you like. Experiment. Have some fish,
Yes.
Have some poultry, have some whatever, you know what I mean? Maybe sometimes have the odd vegan dish to mix it up and then go back to have some chicken. Like, eat everything. Like, we are blessed to be on a planet where we have such a variety of food. Try it. Make it have fun is what I always say. People, you need to have fun. This is for life. It's not for summer.
Yeah.
Clarify that. It's not for summer.
Now, I think that's something that people overlook sometimes is some of the vegan dishes.
Some great ones. What are you talking about?
Yeah, and I've actually come to like really love some of the vegan dishes.
Mm-hmm. Hell yeah. I love that stuff, man. Like, I think people forget that there's just a plethora of food and it doesn't always have to involve some sort of meat or fish. Now, again, I'm not saying that you need to be completely vegan. I'm just saying just explore. Find what you like and mix it up to make it fun for yourself, because then you'll be more likely to enjoy the process of healthy eating than feeling like it's a burden or a chore.
That is true. Now, for those of you out there, we're not saying...
Disclaimer time.
Yeah, you know, we're not saying you have to go vegan. And vegans, we're not saying you have to enjoy meat. Mm-mm. We're just saying there are options.
Yes. Say it again, Reggie. There's options, people.
There are options.
Because
you know how people get, they said, well, we got to eat meat. No, did not say that. We're saying that for those who want to eat healthy, there are options. Try it the vegan way if you like some of the vegan dishes. I do meat and vegan dishes.
Same. Me personally.
You know,
I think it's a, like, food and fitness is a personal thing. It's to the individual, and what works for you and how you want to eat is what works for you. It's not a one size fit all type of mentality. So if someone is vegan and it works for them and they genuinely feel better and enjoy it, good on you. If you're someone who likes a variety of meat and fish and it works for you, you feel good on you. It's about what works for you, and you will never know if you do not try and mix it up and try variety and see what does. Like, again, food is not the enemy, people. It really isn't.
No, and I think a lot of times people do try to make food as the enemy. Like, you know, you can order a steak, but you don't have to get a 22-ounce steak. You know,
the size of your house. Yeah.
You know, there's a difference there.
Yeah.
You can order a steak and you can also have veggies on the side.
Yeah.
But if you want to get a big 22-ounce steak, you're not going to pay for that steak and not eat it.
Yeah.
You're going to eat the steak and leave the vegetables.
Yeah, you are. And also, you'll have no room for vegetables if you're eating a steak the size of a car. Like, let's be real. There's no space left. Red meat is very hard to process.
Yeah.
If you manage to get through that and you're still standing and you've not passed out in a food coma, I salute you. Because I know I can't. Listen. And that's the other thing as well, is respect your body and what it needs. Mm-hmm. Because as you get older, the things that maybe you could eat and process, you will notice there's some things that you can't. Like, for instance, I love a good steak, Reggie, and I love a good roast lamb, but I can't actually process red meat anymore. Like, my body's like, no comprende, man. I don't want this. I don't understand. I don't want it. You know, so listen to your body, because your body is also talking to you all the time. It will tell you what it needs and what it doesn't need. And that's the same for your fitness as well. Like, for years, I was Miss Boot Camp. You would find me going out there doing drills and circuits, you know, hill sprints, all of that stuff. And there's a part of me that's like some inner Spartan Amazon Wonder Woman warrior who I get a kick out of that stuff. That's just my personality. But there's only so much of that pounding on the kneecaps and all of that stuff on the joints that your body can take.
That's true.
I've learned to listen to my body, and now I stretch more. I do more yoga. One, because it's good for my body, and two, mentally, it's a nice time for me to just zone out and quiet my mind. I think people need to do more stuff as well. If you're going to keep fit, please stretch, people. Sweet Lord, please stretch. Most people just go into exercise and pound the treadmill and the weight, and they don't stretch, and then they pull a muscle and injure themselves. You must stretch.
It's necessary.
Listen, yes.
It is. It is so necessary. You may think it's a waste of time, or you may feel like, well, I can start off slow. You need to stretch.
Yeah. At least 10 minutes of stretching before you do anything, and 10 to 15 minutes of stretching after, when you've done whatever your exercise. And I personally make an effort now that I actually do about maybe 10 to 15 minutes of stretching every night before bed. Because I don't know about you, Reggie, but as you get older, it gets a little bit harder to reach down and touch those toes. Especially because as a generation, we are more sedentary. We are in sedentary-based jobs, so we're sitting down a lot more. We're at our desks. We're driving. So the average person is spending a lot of time on their bottom.
Yeah,
so
you're right.
Everything gets quite stiff. Got to look after
and
yourself.
You can feel it.
Yeah. You try ask the average adult to reach for their toes, and they'll be like, "I've not seen my toes since Michael Jackson was black." Do you know what I mean? I have not done that since I was a kid. Do you know what I mean? And I didn't realize until I went to an actual stretch class at my gym, and there were people who were older than me, a lot older, who were way more flexible than me. I took offense. I was like, wait, I keep fit. I'm about this life. Why can't I reach for my toes right now? But that 60-something-year-old woman over there is almost putting her head to her knee. What is happening? Yeah. Flexibility. As you get older, another thing you must maintain is your bones and your joints. You have to look after them.
Yeah, because if you don't, you can see older people who have not looked after their bones and their joints. You can see the discomfort they feel when they walk, when they sit down.
Yeah. I can say, it is funny though, but again, education. Unless you read about it or someone tells you about it, you're not going to know about it, and you don't do what you don't know. Do you know what I mean? And I feel like that needs to be more educated about the whys behind why you drink water, why stretching is good for you, because that's the other thing. Active movement, regular active movement, means that your joints secrete like this sort of lubrication, which allows your joints to not be stiff. So people who don't really exercise or who sit down at a job all day tend to suffer from like arthritis or general joint and muscle issues, because where you're not moving, your body no longer doesn't know that it needs to produce that lubrication. I can't remember the exact technical term for it, but there's like this, like an oil or a lubricant that your body secretes in its joints that allows you to keep like limber. But if you are just sedentary, sitting down, not moving, not really exercising, driving everywhere, that's when you start hearing about people going, oh, my back, oh, my knees, oh. Because it's literally dry bone grinding on dry bone. It's not limber and loose. So it's important that you do move. Even if all you want to do is walk and power walk, or maybe go to a Zumba class, or maybe do some water aerobics, anything. There's so many fun activities nowadays as well.
Oh yeah, like you don't really need a gym anymore. There are things you can do right in your own home.
Yeah. Oh please, yeah, loads. Especially since like COVID and lockdown, I've had to get real, real inventive. And like we're in a day and age, and not everyone has access to the internet, to be fair. But you could just use your home, do some like press ups on the ground, do some star jumps. You know, maybe walk up and down the stairs in your house. And do a couple of dips on the bottom stairs, you know. Play some music. Listen, get your boogie on. Go boogie down. That's what I do sometimes. Sometimes I just put on some music and just dance.
There you go. Because that's a lot of movement.
Yeah, well, especially the way that I dance, anyway. The whole body's involved.
Well, at least you can dance. I'm a horrible dancer. I'm trying.
Ain't nobody watching. Don't worry. If you're dancing in your house, there is no audience. You can two-step out of time as much as you want. There's no judgment, my friend. I dance all the time by myself. And in fact, I was dancing last night. I stretched, and Michael Jackson's song, "Shake Your Body Down to the Ground." That song came on, and I was dancing away, and my cat looked at me like, "Oh Lord, this again." Cat just curled up in a ball and turned its back on me like, "Oh God, she's about to do her freak out." I'm going back to sleep. This lady's crazy. But for those few 10, 15 minutes, I was shocking out like I was the dancing queen, and I worked up a sweat, and that is movement.
See, and that's really what a lot of people that's even a good start if you aren't working out yet. You know, just start dancing. Just start doing something to get your body going.
Yeah, man. And everyone loves music. Everyone has a genre of music they like. Country, western, jazz. I don't care what it is. Swan yourself around your house, put on some music and dance away. Two-step, raise your arms, wiggle your hips, do something, and walk. Everybody can walk. You know what I mean? Apart from those who physically maybe are not able to. But if you are fully body able enough that you can walk.
That's it.
Maybe even get a step count in and get like a Fitbit or measure your steps and make it a game. Can you beat yesterday's score? Do you know what I mean?
Now that's a good idea. Because Fitbits, they're not as expensive as they used to be.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I would say that. And even most phones, again, not everyone has access to smartphones, so I don't want to take it for granted, but even your smartphone has a count step on it. So you can just carry that in your pocket. So but make it a game. Get a little cheap basic Fitbit or smartwatch or Fitwatch and track your steps. I had a friend who her thing was she had to get in 10,000 steps daily. And it became a game. Though there were some days where she figured out how to cheat the watch. She would just shake the watch. Do you know what I mean? And she admitted that to me one day. She goes, "Yeah, there's some days where I'm feeling really lazy, but I get really antsy if I don't hit that 10,000 count. So I'll just shake the watch, or I just stand on one point and just step up and down and not move anywhere." I'm just like, okay, that's not really what I meant, guys. But walk, guys. It's free. Yeah. It's easy, and you can do it anywhere.
You can't. One thing I did when I go walking, or I'm like on the treadmill or jogging, I started. Everybody, technically you're not supposed to do it, but I do it.
What are you doing, Reggie?
But I'm not authorizing nobody to do it.
Disclaimer.
Okay, disclaimer again. So, but on YouTube, you can convert the YouTube videos to MP3.
Yes, you can. Yep.
So I take some of the motivational videos, the ones I feel like, oh, I like hearing this, And I actually added that to my playlist for working out.
Yes. Yeah.
So you get like somebody actually talking and giving you some positive motivation.
No, I do the same. Podcasts are good for that. You could put on Reggie's show and listen to him while you're on the treadmill.
See?
There we go.
This would be a perfect episode.
Yes. Just put us on repeat.
There you go.
No, but I do the same. I listen to podcasts. Listen, my method is by any means necessary to help me get through the workout, because there are some days when I'm ready for the workout. No matter what it is I'm planning to do, I'm ready for it. I'm eager for it. There's other days I'm like, oh, you know what? Sod this workout. I just want to eat a donut. So just to clarify, guys, as much as I work out 5 times a week, there are days, and I'm human, when I don't want to move. I want to eat my donut and I want to watch my Netflix. So I do what I can to make it fun. My favorite music, a motivational thing like Reggie, a podcast episode. Sometimes I download like an episode of my favorite TV show from Netflix on my iPad, and that bad boy will get me through my workout on the treadmill or the stair machine. I will crack myself up looking at my favorite show while I'm getting my steps in on the stair machine.
Yeah, because it takes your mind off what you're doing.
Yes, sometimes you need to. There's days when you're in it and you want to be a Spartan warrior and you're like, whoa, like a member of the 300 crew. You know what I mean? And you're like, Spartans, oh, do you know what I mean? You're ready for it. But there's other times when you're like, oh, sod this place, man. I want to go home. So do what you can. Yeah. But be kind to yourself, guys. That's what I would also say, is that if you wake up some days and you really, really don't want to work out, then don't. It's okay. Life's not that deep, and life is too short to be stressing yourself about the fact that I really wanted to work out, that I was going to work out today, but I really don't want to. It's different if it's a regular thing that you're constantly putting it off and you're making excuses. Now that's a different subject altogether. But if you know you are a consistent person who works out and you consistently eat well, it's okay to have a day where you don't. Don't beat yourself up about it. Just take that as that's today, tomorrow's a new day, we hit it again, tomorrow we restart. And that's the other favorite phrase that I say is tomorrow's a new day. It's okay.
That's true, because some people beat themselves up so bad that they actually talk themselves out of the next workout.
Yes, yeah, because they're mentally, they don't want to feel that kind of pressure. Do you know what I mean? And like the recriminations that they put on themselves. Like, don't ever make healthy eating and fitness something that becomes stressful to you. It's not that deep, guys. Like, do it because you want to do it and remind yourself of the why. And sometimes that works. And some days, because maybe you've had a bad day at home or at work, you don't want to. And actually the best thing for you mentally and health, mindset, well-being wise, is to actually just to have a nice bath, curl up on your couch and give yourself something nice to eat. Sometimes that's more of a gift to yourself in the long run than actually going, no, I have to go to the gym. Because if I don't, I'm a waste person and my life is ruined. And do you know what I mean? Like, some people can beat themselves like that and it's not worth it. It's meant to be fun. You're here to live and enjoy your life. And that includes health and fitness and food.
That's true. And I think that, there's enough stress and pressure in this world to where you just don't put yourself under that and drive the bus over yourself. And,
like that would drive the bus over yourself.
They do. It's true, it's like, hey, I still look like I feel good. I need to run over myself one more time.
Yeah, don't do that, guys. It's okay. It's not that deep. And no, you're not alone. Like, no, even the fittest person you see on YouTube or Instagram who's out here, showing you their fitness videos, just like I said with comparison, what you see, you don't get to see. Right, let me see if I get this right. Just because you see that, you're also not seeing what they don't do. Do you see what I mean? They might show you what they do. So, I'm here at the trail, I'm at the gym, pushing these weights, squatting 150 kg. Yeah. But they don't tell you about those days when they don't want to go out, and sometimes they don't. And sometimes they have that donut or they eat that pizza. Trust me, even the fittest person who is super disciplined has their days off, has their bad days. And that's the things that they don't show you online. And again, that's probably one of my pet peeves with Instagram is this need to show perfection all the time. Oh, I'm perfect at this. I do this all the time. I'm happy all the time, or I'm this all the time. And it's like, trust me, even the fittest of fit has a day where they're like, F this, where's the nachos at? Where the nachos at? Where's the grilled chicken? Where's the cheese? Give it to me. I want it all.
Yeah, I mean, I have those days, and she's right. Everybody has those days.
Everybody, you're not crazy. You're not
Everybody.
alone, and that's the other thing that usually brings me comfort is that I'm not alone in this. I'm just like every other human being who's just trying to live their best life, trying to be their healthy, happier version of themselves. But there are times when the contrast hits, and I'm tired, or because I've been through things, and I don't want to do that, and I have to remind myself that it's okay not to be okay. That's a mantra that I constantly tell myself in those moments. Like, it's okay that you're not okay. You're not a robot. We're not machines, guys. We are not transformers. You know what I mean? We are not artificial intelligence robots. We are human beings, and we are complex, beautiful beings. And sometimes we are focused, and sometimes something comes along and kicks you off your train. But there's always tomorrow. If you get up and start the next day with better intention, it will work out better. And just keep at it. Every day is a new day, and treat every day just like one day at a time with your health and fitness. So you did good today. Sometimes the next day you might have not done so good. That's okay. Next day you've learned, you're going to do better tomorrow. So, okay.
Yeah, and just like you said how it became a habit. You do it so often, it'll become a habit. They're like, okay, I'm going to go work out.
Yeah, it does. And that's the thing. So even me, it is habitually ingrained into me. I know, and that's why I don't really beat myself up about it, because I know that it's such a habit for me that even if I have a couple of days of not working out or eating dodgy, I know I'll always come back to it because it's too ingrained in me. Like, it's literally like a weird urge. Like, no, I have to go. I want to go. You know what I mean? It's good though. Yeah. I think health and fitness should be fun. And that's the other thing. Like, if you are not enjoying what you're doing, you need to stop and maybe check the program and see what you can do to change it. And that's the thing. Don't be afraid to change it, mix it up. I've been doing boot campy style workouts for the last 5 years. And it's only this year that I've now mixed it up, now that I do more sort of like yoga based stuff, more and other types of workout to mix up my workouts. Like, don't be afraid to change as well. Like, if something you've been doing for years works, but suddenly you don't enjoy it anymore, take stock, change it up, do something different.
Yeah, because that kind of gives you, because if you're doing the same thing every day, it is going to get boring.
Of course it will. Like I said, you're not a robot.
Right. You got to change it up.
Yeah. You've got to make, like I said, like I keep saying, make it fun. Because you've got to do this. I'm afraid no one else can do the steps or the workout or the running for you. Do you know what I mean? Like, I don't know, maybe there are people and there's things that you can do for someone to work out for you and you get the you know what I mean, the physical benefit of it. If someone knows that, you let me know. I will pay for that. But as far as I'm aware, in this dimension and in this planet, you have to take the steps and you have got to do the one that's got to do the workout and all those things. So make sure it's something that you want to do and it's something that you enjoy. Otherwise, what's the point? Stay your ass at home. It's not that deep. It's true, though. No one's forcing you to do all of this.
No, they're not. I mean, I just wish that people would just understand that, yes, it's going to hurt when you first start out.
Yeah, definitely.
You're gonna have days where you feel like, oh, I can't do this. But then once you get past that, don't let other people discourage you. And if you can either do it my way, where you don't tell anybody you're working out and you just do it. That way you don't have that extra added pressure if somebody sees you out and all of a sudden you have a Coke one day. It's like, oh my God, you're off. You're not working out anymore. You just ruined everything.
Yeah. People are a little bit too dramatic with their responses to things at times. It's just like, guys, it's not that deep. It's okay.
Yeah.
It's just one day. And even if, worst case scenario, it's a couple of days or it's a couple of weeks, have faith in yourself to know that you will always be able to pull up. Like, everybody has a limit and it's different for different people. Everyone has a limit of how many times that maybe they're going to trip up and have a dodgy meal or not go to the gym. And have faith in yourself enough to know that, okay, actually, I want what's best for myself. I want to be a better human being. So actually, I'm done having those lazy days or bad food days. I'm going to go back to starting again. Like the Aaliyah song, dust yourself off and try again.
Yeah.
Dust yourself off and try again. That's all we can do as human beings. Every day, dust yourself off and start the new day as you mean to go on. And that's it. That's all you got to do every day. That's all you can do. And just know that your best is enough. You have to tell yourself that.
It's really that simple.
Yeah.
It's just a matter of being disciplined enough to follow through on the things you need to do.
Yeah. And know that consistency and discipline take time. It's not an overnight thing. You will not just suddenly be like some, you know what I mean, person who's suddenly great at it. That's not how that works. Like, you know, everyone starts from square one in any new thing that they're trying to learn and do. And I often have to remind myself of that. So as much as I'm giving you this advice, please know there are times I have to remind myself, hey, you know what? You're new at this. It's okay. You're learning. It's steps. There's steps and stages to things. And as much as sometimes we want to avoid these steps, would we really want to avoid these steps? Like, I appreciate all them times my ex used to make me walk around the park and then jog and then build it up slowly, because now I'm at a point where actually it's ingrained in me. If I skip those steps, I wouldn't be as consistent and disciplined as I am now, because I didn't do the steps. Do you see what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And the steps is what allows you to appreciate when you do get to the point when you can run faster, you can jump higher, you can generally be able to maybe run for a bus and not feel out of breath when you get on it. Do you know what I mean? Or walk a flight of stairs and not be like, whoa, Jesus, whoa, hey. When you can actually still keep breathing and talking. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that you can't skip the steps, and you don't want to. As much as we think we want to skip the steps and just get to the result, you don't. You'll appreciate it way more.
Yeah, you have to. And, you know, people, if you want to be healthy, you're just going to have to actually just make, like Angelique said early on, it's in your mindset.
Yeah, it is.
It really is all about your mindset of you deciding that this is the lifestyle you want. It's not for the summer. It's something that you want to do right now, and something that you want to continue long term.
Yes, most definitely. Like, this is for life, guys. Just remember, your health is for life. It's not just for like special moments or one season or a holiday. And whilst I get maybe you want an extra trim up for that wedding or that holiday, just try and remember that it can't just be for that. Because also it's actually quite bad for your body to put it through extreme moments of diet and extreme exercise and then suddenly stop, and then exercise and diet and stop. It's actually, like, it's a really bad thing to do for your body anyway, because you're constantly shocking it then. If you're only doing it in the summer, you've had maybe 7 to 8 months of you doing nothing, and then suddenly shop time, gym, food. Like, your body's like, what the hell? Like, and then it's back to nothing, bad food, no movement. Like, you'll find it's actually a lot harder every year you get older if you keep following that tactic for you to get back into it anyway.
It definitely gets harder when you get older.
Yeah, of course, because if you've not been doing it regularly, you're maintaining it on some level. When you suddenly, because it's January and it's a new year, shock time, your body's like, nah, forget you, man. Like, nah, I was with you when you was there eating your donuts and stuff and not moving for the last 8 months. And now now we're in the gym and you want to act like you're Action Man. No. Like, nah, it's not that. I'm going to make you work for this. Like, it's actually a lot easier just to generally maintain it, even if all you do is just jog or Zumba or do spinning class or whatever. Do you know what I mean? Even if that's just all you do once or twice a week, that's better for you than nothing for 8 months and then shock tactic and shock dieting.
That's true. And it makes it easier. You can actually lose weight. Well, I ain't gonna say lose weight. You can actually stay healthier even if you cut back a little bit on your workouts.
Yep.
Over the winter time, you know, instead of doing 5 days a week, maybe you do 3.
Exactly.
It's better than just stopping and doing nothing.
Exactly. And that's what I do, to be honest. I put my hand up. I definitely train less in winter. I'm less motivated. I was literally talking to Reggie about it before the show, how England is grim. It is grey, folks. I don't know what is being broadcast overseas about England, but there's no blue skies here. Our winters are grey. Like, you literally don't see the sky. So it's very unmotivating to just get up. Like, right now, what time is it for me? It's 3 p.m. English time. Do you know how dark it is right now? Great. Like, the lights are on in my house, people, at 3 p.m. There's no light, natural light coming through my window. And to motivate myself to get out to the gym in winter is harder. So I just make it easier. Like you said, I either exercise less or I just do more home workouts. Instead of dragging myself out to the gym, I just work out from home. I'm still getting active, but I'm not having the inconvenience of dealing with traffic or whatever, you know?
See? Is that simple?
Yeah, make it easy for yourself, guys. Think strategically, do it smaller and simple. You know, it's funny how with kids, when we see children learning to walk and they're stumbling and you see a child fall over as they're learning to walk, you don't go to them, get up, you little dummy, get up. Why haven't you got this figured out? You've been trying and trying. What's wrong with you? Like, you have all the patience in the world when the child is learning to talk. What do you mean you can't speak English? What's this goo goo gaga? Come on, get it together. But as adults, we are so harsh on ourselves. Oh, why am I not Miss Olympia right now? Do you know what I mean? After a week of exercise. Why am I not able to bench press 100 kg right now after like 2 days? Like,
that's true.
Chill out, guys. The same kind of kindness and patience you would extend to a child, you still need to apply that to yourself. Just because you're adult does not mean you know everything or you can do everything at once. We are always learning no matter the age. Have patience on yourself and make it easy for yourself.
See, you guys have just got some great advice.
Yeah.
I'm still thinking about the water thing.
Yeah, listen, that one should stay with anybody who really listened to that. Just think about what happens when you're not drinking water. Like, you don't want that. Like, I remember just sitting there imagining this dirty kind of dishwater colored water just flowing around my body because I wasn't like filtering and hydrating my body enough. Because that's the thing, that's what your kidney does. It filters your body, but you need to give it fresh water to filter with. You see what I mean? Otherwise, it's just dirty water. It's refiltering back into the system. I don't know about you, but that's just nasty.
Oh my God. I was like, I got to drink more water.
Yep. Got to drink more water, people. Stay hydrated. And I think that's my main tips. Stay hydrated, have fun, and make it easy for yourself and be kind to yourself on this health and fitness journey. That's how I would summarize it, to be fair.
I think that's the best way to do it.
Yeah.
I think that's the best way to summarize it.
It's been a pleasure talking about this. I hope people enjoyed it.
I think so. Well, based on the comments, they love everything. So
that's good. That is good. That's nice to know. And again, disclaimer, guys, we're not doctors or health professionals. So, listen, but maybe verify and double check. I don't want to be sued. Or Reggie.
I just know it's going to be one comment. One comment.
Yeah.
Somebody's going to say that we said something.
More than likely. But you know what? We never said what we were saying is complete, you need to take us as like Bible law or government law. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm just sharing my experience on my health and fitness journey and what's worked for me. But as I said earlier, what has worked for me may not work for you. But what I also do know as a fact, if you do not try, you will never know. So if you don't try in some things, you're never going to know what does work for you.
That is true.
That I can you can quote me on that. Fact. Charlie, if you don't try, you won't know. Okay? Telling you my best African auntie voice. So you better try today. Otherwise, you can't sit there on the sidelines commenting when you've done nothing.
Oh my goodness.
It's been a pleasure, man. It's been a pleasure.
As always, it's always a pleasure. And the guys, we thank, and I got to get my laughing out. We thank everybody. Every time it's nothing but laughter.
Which is a good thing, I hope.
It's a good thing. No, it's a great thing. I have to tell you about the last one another time. But yes, as always, we want to thank Angelique for joining us. And as you know, she is always welcome back. I mean, just anytime, any topic, because she always brings a great perspective. Thank you, everybody, for listening.
Yes.
Thank you for tuning in. We thank you for your support. And for the intros, yes, the intros are, I've seen all of the scenarios and theories, and oh my God, y'all are so funny.
Yes, something interesting. I feel like you should have featured some of those in the intros. Like,
I know.
That would have been crazy.
Oh my goodness. I'm like, geez.
I'm just as hooked as you are, guys. Trust me. Writing some good scripts out here. I'm like, what's he gonna get me doing next?
Oh man, yeah. Oh, I gotta tell you, they got you. Was it you and? No, they think Melissa and James were once together.
Yes.
James and Andrew was probably gay.
Yes.
You are related to James.
Oh, if he is, he's that annoying cousin I want to kick in the forehead. If he is.
I was like, oh my God. Somebody even went back to one of the old, I even had to go look it up. They was like,
Wow.
remember the trip with Angelique, Reggie, and James? Maybe James went on the trip and Reggie didn't. I'm like, what?
Wow, I don't remember that, and I'm the one that recorded it.
Yeah, I'm like, I said, okay, I gotta go find that episode.
I love them dedicated like viewers or listeners, you know, the ones that know. In episode 14 in 2005, that one line, it's like, what?
Yeah.
I love those guys. That's attention to detail. You observant.
Very observant. They was because it's one debate they was having about when did James and Angelique first have their first interaction.
God, I don't remember, but I know it went a good one.
Yeah, and I had to go back and look.
I feel like I feel like the character Angelique has disliked him from the jump.
Yeah.
Like, I just don't like you. She had that kind of heat going on.
Oh.
But yes, thank you guys. It's been a pleasure. I will be back, Arnold Schwarzenegger style, I'm sure.
All right, everybody. Thank you for tuning in. We will definitely catch
Christmas.
You guys later. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, my God. Yeah.
I know.
Merry
Lockdown has made
Christmas.
everyone forget it. Like, bad humbug. Christmas. Everyone's turned into Scrooge. Like, whatever. Tiny Tim can suck it. Like, everyone's like, whatever, man.
We can't do anything.
Whatever. No. Christmas is more than the presents, guys. It's the family and the connection, and it's a time for reflection. Hey, I'm rhyming.
See? There you go.
Merry Christmas, guys, and wishing everyone an awesome 2021.
All right, guys. You guys stay safe, and we will definitely catch you next time.
Bye.
Thanks for listening to the Simply Straight Talk Show with Reggie Maddox. If you like what you just heard, we hope you'll pass along our podcast to your friends and colleagues. And please leave us a positive review on iTunes. Be sure to check out our archive section on iTunes, Spotify, Libsyn, and YouTube. Join us next time for another edition of the Simply Straight Talk Show.